I did do a couple videos that got a few questions this week, and so I'm going to answer those questions. So I get a lot of questions about protein anytime that I post a protein recipe. How do you get that much protein? And for myself, I am going to have a little bit more than what is recommended as far as protein goes, just because I've got some goals here. So the recommended amount is right around 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. That is going to apply if you're like up to like 160, 170. If you are larger than 170, if you weigh more than 170, 160, then you don't have to strive for that 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. I think that's going to be really hard to get in for a female. Obviously, that would be different for a man, but for a lady, it's going to be hard to get in that 160 grams of protein. Not impossible, but if you can get like 0.8 grams of protein per pound of body weight, this is for those of you that are 200 pounds, right? I don't want you to eat 200 grams of protein. So figure out what, I'm terrible at math. So if you are, let's see, say you're 180. Hey, Google, what is 0.8 of 180?
Right. Sorry, I don't have any information.
It's not right.
But I found something else. Do you want to know what is the 80% of 180?
Sure. Yes.
On the website percentagecal.com, they say, percentage calculator. What is 80% of 180? Equals 144.
That was such the long way to get that answer. You can literally just go 180 times 0.8. So sorry about that. So 144, right? That's going to be a lot more reasonable. For me, I'm shooting for 150 grams of protein per day. Actually, no, that's a lie. So I just got new macros. My coach is feeding me up. So super excited about that. I am going to Nashville this weekend. I'm going to be meeting Nikki Stott. And so I'm like, girl, I'm like, come on, I need my shoulders and my arms to pop. And so she's recommending a gallon of water with plenty of electrolytes, right? Plenty of sodium. And when you do that, so you figure, I don't drink a gallon of water, right? I should, but I don't. I am lucky if I get in like 65 ounces of water. So almost doubling my water intake. When you increase your sodium, then it's going to help retain the water. And you're like, wait, why would I retain water? So what happens is when you fill when you drink that water, it's going to go to the muscles. It's going to make them appear larger. So that's why I am doing that. Now, the salt is going to help retain that water. And so now I'm not going to the bathroom every freaking 5 seconds because I'm drinking a gallon of water. So it's actually just kind of normalizing. Also, if you're drinking that much water and you're just not used to it, you're going to deplete your electrolytes. So you want to make sure that you want to make sure that you have those on board. So I have something I've been taking for years. I get it on Amazon. I think it's called like Keto K-Cal. It's not a keto product. It is potassium, magnesium, and sodium. Something else in there. Anyways, so I usually have that every single day. And that's because I get like serious like leg cramps. Not even like leg cramps. I get like feet cramps where my feet just like they curl up. And that's because of the hydration issue, but that's also like an extra electrolyte. Oh my God, I just realized I have like mascara all over my face from my nap. That's funny, right? I didn't even look at this before. So that's why you want to increase your electrolytes. Also, when you have more water than you're used to having, then you're going to deplete your electrolytes. So just making sure that I have that on board. But honestly, and I'm also salting the crap out of my food. I love salt, so I'm like totally fine with that. I feel like I still have that mascara there, but whatever. So that is what, just a little thing that I'm doing. It's just for like 4 days, and then I'm backing off of that. And also my protein is at 165 grams. So normally it's at 150 grams of protein per day. And you're like, how do you do that? Some people so I've gotten a lot of questions on how do you eat that much protein? And so for me, I have that in 4 meals. So I'm going to have my pre-workout and then I'm going to have my post-workout. Now my pre-workout kind of varies, but I'll probably have like a little mini English muffin, or not a mini English muffin, a mini bagel with some cream cheese on there. And then I will have some kind of fruit, and then I will have some cottage cheese. So that's like my pre-workout. I want to make sure I have plenty of carbs for my workout. My workouts are like 45 minutes long. I want to make sure that I have all the energy to put into that, right? Your girl's going for some shoulders. So we did. I crushed a great shoulder and arm workout today, and tomorrow's going to be leg day, back to leg day. So I want to make sure that I have plenty of energy for my workouts, but a little bit of protein before I go into the workout. Oddly enough, some of your breads have protein in them. And then when I get back, that's when I almost always, and if you've seen any of my videos or if you haven't, you can follow me. I have a playlist. If you look under like anybody's profile, they might have playlists, and so I have a whole playlist of protein ideas. So you will see that I have Greek yogurt, so non-fat Greek yogurt. Sometimes I'll do the Oikos vanilla Greek yogurt as well, which is delicious. And then I just put protein powder, whatever protein powder you want in there. I don't care. I used to have Quest for years, and then I just switched to, I don't even know what it's called. I found it at Costco. What is it called? Nutridyne, I think. No, it's not Nutridyne. I forget. But it is 25 grams of protein, 100 calories. It's like pure protein. So that's vanilla. And then to make it flavorful, because the Greek yogurt has no flavor, then I just add fruit. So the one thing that I do love, and I put this on my stories a lot, and you're going to see that in that protein playlist, is my cat's going crazy. I don't even know what she's doing. What are you doing? It's like literally nothing. It was air. Now she has the zoomies. So if you've ever seen in the like fruit aisle of like the packaged fruit, so there's the Dole no sugar added fruit. Then there's like pineapple cups. 35 calories in the little pineapple cup. And so I just put everything in there. So I used to love, so I still do, but I haven't bought it in a while, is the Quest salted caramel protein powder. You know, I probably will get another can of that, because now it is like pumpkin spice season, y'all. And so Greek yogurt, 1 serving, right? It's going to have about 18 grams of protein. And then salted caramel protein powder, and then the pineapples. And so that's good on its own. But if you mix cinnamon, you can mix cinnamon in there. That's good with pears as well. But right now, I'm like all about the pumpkin spice. And so I had just regular pears. It wasn't as good. It was kind of gross, to tell you the truth. I had some red pears and put that in there. It wasn't sweet enough. But those no sugar added fruit cups are the bomb. I just had that pear left over, and I'm like, oh, I'll put it in here. That'll be good with some pumpkin spice. It was okay. It wasn't great. I will say that those little fruit cups, like those hit really well. So that's an easy way. So with that, so that is going to be like 43 grams of protein just for those 2 ingredients. And then when I have my cottage cheese from earlier in the day, that's 13, or before my workout, that's 13 grams of protein. So 55 grams of protein. And I'm always shooting for 50 grams of protein per meal. It is a waste of a meal if I'm not getting at least 50 grams of protein per meal. So what does that look like? That's like 8 ounces of chicken. That is 8 ounces of steak. That is 8 ounces of shrimp. That is what I love. Is it's my new trick. Is I should go get it. We're gonna take a little tour of my kitchen. My phone. I'm not gonna be able to stay in there though, because my phone is on this charger. So yeah. So let's see. It's called edamame spaghetti, or edamame is actually fettuccine, the one that I like. And this is like, you're not going to convince anybody that this is pasta, right? But it's the closest thing to pasta that isn't pasta. The reason why I love this is it's 24 grams of protein. 24 grams of protein. So I can literally add 4 ounces of chicken to it and then call that a day. It's 50 grams of protein total there. Another reason why this is a great product is it's 12 grams of fiber in it. So important. So I do have this a lot. I even travel with this. So I will cook this up. I am traveling to Nashville this weekend. I'm going to cook this up so that I have it, because when I'm traveling, that's going to be when things kind of go awry, right? But this is like, again, helping me hit 24 grams of protein. Another thing that I do for travel is echo. And I'm going to have to get a few more of these. Let me turn the light on in my pantry. So I have, these are the tuna cans from Kirkland. Thank you very much for the likes. I appreciate that. This is 42 grams of protein in the whole can. It's a lot of tuna. My cat is like, oh, it's tuna time, because I give her the liquid and then the can, so she's gonna drive me crazy. but so I will do that. I'll mix it with that fettuccine cold. I'll make it like a salad and mix it with tzatziki. That's how you say it, right? Tzatziki sauce. But I'll travel with this. So this one has 17 grams of protein. You mix it with that 24. I'm the worst at math. So 44 grams of protein minus 3 is 41. This is the worst. But still, that is close, right? 41 grams of protein is going to help. So just little tricks. And let me tell you, there is one. Oh, yeah. 0 sugar cherry Dr. Pepper. Heck yeah. She's like, wait, where's my treat? What are we doing? What was I going to say? I forget. But I think we were talking about protein. I forgot what I was going to say. Travel. Anyways. So, that's what it was. All right. So here's a little trick. So maybe if you heard me earlier, you're like 8 ounces of chicken breast, right? So here's the thing, guys, is like any kind of protein is going to shrink down. So this is key. I am not actually eating. So I travel with it. Yeah, not the chicken breast, but you could get the chicken packets as well. So, but an 8-ounce breast of chicken is going to shrink down to just about 6 ounces. So you're going to lose 25% of the weight. Let me plug in my phone. You're going to lose 25% in the weight. And I have a conversion chart. And so if you're like, girl, send me that conversion chart, then I absolutely will. It's a screenshot. And so chicken is going to, any kind of meat is going to shrink down by 25%. So your 8-ounce chicken breast will shrink down to about 6 ounces. So 6 ounces of chicken, cooked chicken, is a lot different than 8 ounces of cooked chicken. If you have 8 ounces of cooked chicken, that is a freaking lot, So you're probably like, girl, 8 ounces is a lot. But 6 ounces of cooked chicken isn't that much. It's a good amount. Yes, I'm not going to lie. But the easy way to make the conversion, because I do not want to weigh my chicken raw, so I don't. And I used to be like, when we cook chicken on the grill, I would be like, okay, this is my piece. Sorry, my eyes are watering. I would be like, okay, this is my piece, right? This is like 8 ounces. This is the one that I want. And then that just got to be ridiculous. And so I found this conversion that what you can do with the cooked meat. And so just know that the pre-cooked weight is going to shrink down by 25%. So if you're trying to get 50 grams of protein, that's what like an 8-ounce chicken breast is going to be really, really close to that. Turkey, any of the proteins, salmon, shrimp, scallops, any of that stuff, pork. So that's a super easy way to just convert it. And then you can say like, so what I do is I just have my cooked meat. So I'll put in, so like say I'm making a bowl, I'll do, and that's why I love canned tuna, right? I don't have to think about it. I just drain it, stick it in there. I do some other things in there as well. So I'll do like, I kind of make it like a niçoise, put tuna, tomatoes in there, some olives, maybe some capers, some tzatziki sauce, and so that's like a meal, right? That's my jam. That's just like one meal that I have. But you know, when you by the time you add all those things, it makes it delicious, but it really, you know, starts to tally up the protein, and so I'm easily able to hit anywhere from 50 to 60 grams of protein per meal. And so I'm not going to be responsible for 50 grams of protein by the time I get to dinner. If you front load it enough, and it's not unusual for me to get like 70 grams of protein, because I'll also have like, say, 2 boiled eggs or something like that, like as a snack. So that's 12 grams of protein. And with my tuna, like I'll add bacon and cheese. So I call bacon and cheese friends with benefits, because it has protein plus fat in it, but that's going to help make something taste more delicious. So I do like buffalo chicken breast. So super easy. If you put that onto a sandwich, 8 ounces. So lunch meat is already cooked, right? So you can do the same conversion. So you only need 6 ounces of that. Now, what I do is, like, this is perfect for like taco meat. Anytime you brown any kind of like ground beef or turkey. And I also cook like 3 pounds of chicken in the Instapot, and then I a lot of times I shred it. So what I will do is, like, I love a bowl. So I love taking like those minute rice cups, putting that in a bowl, and then adding the chicken to it and doing either enchilada sauce, or maybe I'm just putting pasta in there, adding the chicken, and then doing a tomato sauce, and then cheese, right? The cheese is key, because that's what makes it taste good. This is what I'm excited about. I am not excited about the damn chicken, right? Except for the fact that I'm hitting protein goals. So what I do is, because I want to get 8 ounces of protein, I'm going to do like 6.3 ounces cooked. And here's the thing. So what you do, or say you have a chicken breast that's cooked and you put it on your plate and it comes out to like 5.8 ounces. So now you can make the conversion the other way, and you just go 5.8 times 1.25, because originally, before it was cooked, it was bigger. And so when you go to log it, and I log everything, so all of my chicken is always going to be Purdue boneless, skinless chicken breast, always. I don't care if it's from Market Basket or what. So I'm always going to log it as that raw. I'm going to make Google do the math. And so if I have that 5.8 ounces of chicken breast, then I will say, hey, Google, what's 5.8 times 1.25? Sorry if I prompted all your Googles.
5.8 times 1.255 is 7.279.
7.279. Okay, so whatever the closest is to that is probably going to be 7.25, right? Don't drive yourself crazy with that. So 7.25. So now you get the credit for that 7.25 ounces of chicken, and then you can log that as that in MyFitnessPal. I don't trust cooked meat in MyFitnessPal. I'm like, the cooked meat what, right? Cooked chicken what? So I'm always just going to do my own conversion and then log it as the raw chicken. So I hope that makes sense. I do, every once in a while, I do a post about that, but I have a conversion chart that I can send you. So if you're like, yeah, I want that conversion chart, then you can just go to my profile. While you're there, hey, give me a follow, give me a like, and then just say, can you send that conversion chart for me, please? And I will do that. I could actually do a post about that too. So I do get a lot of questions on, like, how do you get that much protein in? So hopefully that answered your question. And this week, I've been getting a lot of questions about training. So beginners training, right? Help. They're like, how do I get started? So I recommend, for me personally, I'm getting in 4 days a week of training. So it is upper, lower, upper, lower. And I used to do 5 days a week. Right now, I just can't. I cannot do 5 days a week. That's like being in the gym more than you're not. So 4 days is too, but at least I'm getting a 3-day stretch. And so I don't take 3 days off. I'm not going to work out 4 days straight in a row. But I'm going to usually I do 2 days, take 1 day off, do 2 days, and then have have 2 days off. So it really depends on my schedule, but I cannot do 5 days a week anymore. I just don't have the time. And I don't have the energy either. I'd rather just I have other things to do. So you can get great results with 4 days a week, but you can also, MC is like the same. Yeah. So you don't have to kill yourself in the gym, honestly, ladies. So 3 days a week is completely sufficient as well. You can get great results. So I am an online nutrition coach and I create training programs for my clients. And so 70% of our clients are working out at home 3 days a week. And that's a great question, and they get great results. So I don't think that anything good happens after 45 minutes, right? Nothing. And so my sessions are going to be anywhere from 35 to 45 minutes. And this is a huge change from what I used to do. A huge change from what I used to do. I used to spend at least an hour in the gym lifting weights. And then I would do cardio right after. And I don't do that anymore. So my cardio now is my walking. Every once in a while, I will do some kind of cardio, like a hit interval, right? Which is going to be probably about 7 or 8 minutes long. So I'll do some kettlebell swings. I might do 30 seconds on that self-propelled treadmill. And then I do some treadmill push-ups. So I would do a circuit like that. So do 3 rounds of that, or maybe 4 rounds of that. That's going to be my cardio. But I do, walk quite a bit. So getting in my steps. But again, I don't think anything good happens after 45 minutes. Your energy's depleted. Your focus is depleted. And so that is looking for me is probably 5 to 7 exercises tops. 7 exercises tops. That is it. So for legs, let's see, my workout today was a hex bar deadlift. And so that was 4 sets of 10. So I started off with that. And then I did the dumbbell RDL. And so that was heavy as well. So your girl got 50s in each hand. So for 10, already feeling that one, for 10 reps. And let's see, what else did I do? Oh, leg extension and then leg curl and then abs. That was it. That was it. That was my workout today, right? And that was just about clocked in right around 40 minutes, right? It wasn't 35 minutes and it wasn't 45 minutes either. So you don't have to kill yourself with doing a ton of different exercises. You just have to make sure that what you're doing is going to be the most effective, making sure that you're lifting appropriately heavy. So I have no idea what I did on my hex bar deadlifts. It's driving me crazy because this hex bar, it ain't 45 pounds. There's no way. It's this huge bar. So I had 50 pounds on it, and then I added another 20, and then I added another 20. So 70, 90, and so I don't think it was 135 pounds. I definitely know that it wasn't because that bar is heavier. So I just don't know how much that bar weighs. I wish I did. So that's what I was doing for hex bar deadlifts, but for 10 reps. I was like, oh my gosh, right? It's heavy. So, and you want to make sure that you're getting your rest in. So here's where I messed up. I messed up so much stuff, but with my training, I would do way too much volume, way too many sets, but I also wouldn't rest in between. And so you guys probably know what I'm talking about. Susie Q. So what made me move to Utah is, so I'm 55, my husband is 53, and we decided that we wanted to kind of retire. And we've been on Cape Cod for 25 years. And so it was time to go somewhere else, right? It was just time. The kids are kind of doing their own thing. And so we looked at Florida out, right? I can't do Florida. And my parents are there, but that's not why. Okay, a little bit, that's why. But we looked at Savannah, Georgia, and then we looked at South Carolina as well. So in Charleston, predominantly, and just kind of looked, and then we really liked Beaufort as well. But it was just so humid, and I'm like, I just can't. I want to get out of, woohoo! Thank you so much. I appreciate you. So I really wanted to get out of the humidity and just have just a change, so that's why I grew up on the West Coast, so I'm from California, and we started off in Scottsdale to look at a place, pretty freaking expensive, and then we went up to Salt Lake City, even more expensive for less house, and then it still snows there, and then halfway, kind of halfway, is St. George is about 6 hours from Scottsdale. So St. George is on the very lower left corner of Utah, so southern Utah. I'm 2 hours away from Vegas, and 2 hours from Vegas. Yeah, Utah. Oh, Salt Lake City was expensive. So here we are, and it's dry, and today it's 90 degrees and sunny, right? And it's almost October, so I freaking love that. So and my skin loves it. My hair my hair likes it too. So thank you so much for the likes. I appreciate it. But back to training. So rest. So I was doing way too much volume, but also there was the notion that, like, all right, so I'll do, like, say 15-pound dumbbell curls, and I'll do the first set, right? And I'll be able to bang out 12. And then you wait, bum, 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 right? And then I hope you kept your cool lamp. I can't find the legs. I can't find the legs to my lamp. I have the lamp part, but I don't have the legs part. So it was a Rachel Zoe lamp that I got from Marshall's for like $80, and I can't find the legs to it. I have no idea where those are. I'm gonna have to order replacement legs. I don't even know if there's such a thing. Probably, I bet there is. But so I would wait like 30 seconds, and then I'd bang out another set. And then on that second set, I would get 10 reps. And then wait 30 seconds, and then I'd bang out another set. And I could only get 8 reps. And I thought that's what you were supposed to do. Like, I was going to failure. But, like, dumbass, right? If I had taken the rest, then I would have been able to do 3 sets of 12. And gotten way more out of the time that I had in my gym. Yeah, I'd have to spend, 90 seconds more, right? But that was one thing that I really, once I started incorporating the appropriate rests, that was when I started to see strength gains, because I was able to do more volume. I'm able to do more, right? So make sure that you're getting your rests in. Don't just wait. Don't just rest 30 seconds. This is why those 30 seconds burpees, and then you have 15-second rest, and you're dying, right? That shit just doesn't work. It does. It's like fine when you're like in your 30s and you can do that and keep up, but it stops working, right? It's like diminishing returns. You're not really doing anything when you do that. Yeah, you're sweating your ass off, and you're winded, and you feel like you got a really good workout. I know the drill because I used to be an instructor. I know the drill, right? Why do we do burpees in the end of class? To make you die, right? So that you're like, oh my God, this is the best workout ever. I'm so sweaty, right? That is not an indication of a good workout. So really changing like the way that I approach training into a smarter training approach, which is making sure that you are lifting appropriate heavy. You don't go balls to the wall all the time, right? So right now I'm in like a 10 rep range. I hate it, right? I would rather do 4 to 6 reps. I would rather go in and lift heavier and get it done. But 10 reps is like, oh my God, you have to lower your weight to get in that 10 reps, but it's a different stimulus each time. Thank you so much for those likes. It's a different stimulus between when you're doing 10 reps, or if you're like doing 12 to 15 reps, to where you're doing like 4 to 6 reps. So 4 to 6 reps is going to be more strength, is going to be more power. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. That is going to build the strength so that you can do some of these exercises. But that's not going to be the best way to sculpt the muscles. So it's going to give you the strength, which is great, but when we go into like the 10 to 12 rep range, or 12 to 15, that's when you really start to see, like, you'll start to get a pump, right? And so that's like hypertrophy training. So there's a difference between strength, like pure strength, power, strength, and hypertrophy. And so you'll see bodybuilders, they're going to be doing more higher reps. And I don't mean like 20, So they're going to be doing, if you build up your strength, you can do significantly more weight for more reps. So it has to be in like a scheme. But I got a lot of beginner questions today. So this is probably like not what you need to be focusing on right now. If you are a beginner, I would say to go into the like moderate 10 to 12 rep range and just see what you can do. So something simple like a bicep curl. Pick up a 10-pound weight, or maybe a 5-pound weight. Pick up a something, 7, 8, like whatever you have, and then do as many reps as you can do. If you can do 20 reps with a 5-pound weight, which I bet you can, then that's not going to be effective, right? So that doesn't mean that you're not going to be sore, right? Because you've done a lot of volume, but it's not going to be the best stimulus for your body. So just use that as a starting point. So you're like, okay, I can do 20. I really want to shoot for 10 to 12. And so now you're going to use a heavier weight for your next set. So now move on to, say that was 5 pounds, move on to 8 pounds or 10 pounds, and then see what happens with that set. Now, say you can barely do 10, right? Perfect, that's appropriate. So just keep working on that. And again, so finish ups, like I always recommend starting off with 3 sets, 10 to 12 reps, and then in 2 weeks, you're going to notice that you're going to get a little bit more reps, or it's easier to do. And that's because your body's getting stronger, and that's how you grow the muscle. So I hope that makes sense. Make sure that you're taking your rest in between, because you're not going to be able to do another 10 if you only rest 30 seconds. So something smaller, like a bicep, you only need 60 seconds. Something bigger, like if you're doing leg presses or any kind of like a Smith machine squat, or any kind of squat that takes a little bit more effort, you want to rest a little bit more. So like a bench press, probably if you're going heavy, but so for some of those bigger compound movements, it's going to require a longer rest. But I wouldn't recommend resting less than 1 minute in between most exercises, honestly, unless you're doing a superset. So you can do, like, say, a bicep curl and then do a tricep kickback. You're not going to have to rest in between there. So your rest would be changing up your weight. And so you can do a superset, and that's going to get you in and out of the gym faster. Now, I wouldn't go like bicep curl, tricep, bicep curl, tricep, bicep curl, tricep. You are essentially doing that, but what I would do is I would do your set of bicep curls, then I would move it into the triceps and then rest. So that's how I set up supersets. And usually supersets are going to be an antagonistic muscle. So you're going to do like one, I love to do this with butt and abs. So if I'm doing like a booty blaster, right? I got my bands, and then I will do that, and then I'll just flip it over and do some abs. And so that you can do back and forth. Awesome. All right. Well, what are you doing? Tomorrow? Yeah, I need to go. I'm so excited to meet Nikki Stott. So I don't know if you guys know who she is, but she's from Warrior Babe. And I'm going to meet her on Thursday or Friday. We're going to do a workout together. So your girl's trying to get pumped up because she's got like badass shoulders. So I got to figure out what I'm going to wear too. So can you get good cardio from exercise? Ooh, I don't know what you mean by that. Like, so like from weights, like kettlebell swings, you can, e-bikes. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Okay, so Male Callie is doing Pilates, lifting weights, and kettlebell. Awesome. So yeah, working on those shoulders. Love it. That's my favorite. Oh wait, you're doing arms and shoulders, I assume, if you want that rounded shoulder look. So I don't love working out arms, but I like the way that it looks, so I just do it, right? So a lot of times, as in life, there's a lot of shit you don't want to do, but you do it. So that's me in Bulgarian split squats. I flip and hate Bulgarian split squats. Hate Bulgarian split squats. I bitch and moan the whole time that I'm doing them, and then when I'm done, I'm not even like, I'm so glad that I did that. Right? I'm not. I'm like, I'm so glad that that's over, but I do like what it does for your body. So it's like a love-hate relationship, but I could do shoulders all day long, honestly. And some butt work I can do. I don't mind doing for the most part, and arms is okay. I like doing chest and back. I don't freaking love doing back at all. Some stuff I like I don't mind lat pull downs, a row sometimes, but like give me too many back exercises in my workout and I'm like, this is way too much back. I just don't love doing back, but I like the way that it looks. So again, your girl ain't no bitch. She's gonna do what she's told. That's why I have a coach, because if I made my own workout program like I do for my ladies, then we would be like shoulders, butt, shoulders, butt, shoulders, butt, shoulders, butt, right? That's all we're doing. We're gonna do some arms in there, right? But I wouldn't probably put a lot of back in there. So just for me personally, I give you a little bit of a whiner. I'll do it, right? So with my coach, I'm just going to do what I'm told. So that's how kind of a coaching relationship works. So, but as far as like, if you're just starting out with weight training, I recommend like whatever you can commit to. So if you can do 2 days a week, then do 2 days a week. If you can do 3 days a week, then do 3 days a week. You don't have to go right out the gate and be super ambitious with your workout program. In fact, that's probably going to hurt you. So make sure that you start out slow. Make sure that you're using good form. Go on YouTube, go on Pinterest, right? And make sure that you are using good form for some of these exercises. So somebody asked, they wanted some beginner exercises. There's really no such thing as beginner exercises. It just means that you are a beginner. And so you're just going to start with, what's going on here? So what you do is just start with a lighter weight. That's beginner. So there are some exercises that are more complicated, but there's nothing that's just like a beginner exercise. So there's like your basic, your basic things that you should be doing. So any kind of a smart training should include some kind of a squat. It should include some kind of a hip hinge movement. So that is going to be like a lunge or a deadlift. So something like that. A row, you're going to need a row for your back. You definitely need that. You're going to need some kind of a press, so a chest press, and then you're going to need some kind of an overhead press. So those are your basic 5 exercises, some kind of a press. That's your basic 5 exercises. And then the rest are called auxiliary exercises or accessory work, which you need. A lot of times though, when you are doing things like squats or like a deadlift, you are working more muscles than just like what it's designed for. So that's why like when you do a chest press, you're definitely going to be incorporating some triceps into that. When you do a row, you're incorporating biceps into that as well. So this is why that's called accessory work, because a lot of times when you have those big movements, those big 5, if you just did the big 5, like you would still see great results with overall body. So I hope that makes sense. But a smart training program is going to have those 5 components in it. Don't do all of that all in one day, right? So I like to split up. So a full body program, so for me personally, I create full body programs for my ladies. And so I am going to do some kind of glute work, right? Or usually we start off with some kind of a squat on, like say we're doing Monday, Wednesday, Friday. It's going to be some kind of a squat on Monday, and then it's going to be some kind of a deadlift on Friday. And then we're going to do some accessory work, and then we'll probably do a little bit of back and maybe a little bit of shoulders and some abs. And then on the middle day, we're going to be doing chest, maybe a little bit more shoulders. And you know what, on the third day, I actually don't do shoulders. So I will put that into that first day. And then we're doing chest and shoulders and back, and then arms. And so that's kind of how I set up my full body workout. So you don't do the entire body three times a day or 3 times a week. So I hope that makes sense. We're still hitting the full body, but for me, for ladies, right, we want to work on our shoulders, we want to work on our glutes, we want to work on our abs. So we're going to hit those a couple times a week. Now, and that's, if you just have 3 days a week, that's the perfect way to set it up. I personally like a 4-day split, but if you don't have time, if you don't have 4 days to work out, then that's not going to be effective, right? So do what's effective for you. But I do like a 4-day split where it's upper, lower. So that's really putting the concentration. So you're hitting those body parts twice a week. You know, we're hitting the legs twice a week and we're hitting upper body twice a week. So, I used to do 5 days a week, right? I used to be super like, I am Miss Gym and I'm going to be in there 5 days a week. I loved it, right? Now I just don't have the time. I just don't have the energy for it. But with that 5th day, if you're going to do that, then that is usually the day where you're going to bring in any kind of lagging body parts. So say you're like, I really need to do, I really want to work on, I really want to work on my shoulders some more, or I really want to bring up my back or something like that. That's when you kind of put that stuff in. You do not have to do abs every single time that you go to the gym. In fact, that's probably counterproductive. So abs are just like any other muscle. They need their rest too. So, I see ladies that they come in, they kind of do the same thing like every single time they go in, and then they're like, oh, and then I'm going to do my abs, every single time. And it's just counterproductive to do that all the time, So anyways, that's all I got. If you have any questions, let me know. It's kind of like washing your hair, right? You don't have to wash your hair every time you take a shower. It's kind of like abs. So, and you know how like you have your favorite shampoo and then it just kind of stops working. With your favorite shampoo and conditioner, that's when you kind of need like a clarifying treatment or something like that. So think of that as like your rest. So where it's just like kind of a reset. And so you need that. You need to have that rest for your days. That was such a terrible analogy. Yeah, because you wouldn't use a clarifying shampoo every 3 days. Anyways, so if you have any questions, then make sure, first of all, follow, please, if you like this kind of content, and then you can ask me questions. I think we have to be friends for me to send, for you to send a message. So, but you can comment on any of my posts. And if I see a comment, then I'm going to request you, and then we can have a conversation. So I'm more than happy to answer whatever questions that you have. I also have a ton of free resources for you as well. So I do have a podcast called Mastering Menopause. I talk about a ton of subjects, right? Intermittent fasting. I talk about training. I talk about why 1,200 calories sucks. I talk about why cardio sucks for weight loss. I have a lot of guest interviews on there as well. I just had Claire Morrow on, and I just dropped that episode. So Claire, you might know her from TikTok. And so she was just on. So I have quite a few guest interviews on there as well. A wide variety of topics. I just had a Dr. Anshul Gupta. He talked about thyroid, hypothyroidism. I had the president owner of Winona, the company that I use for hormones. He was on talking about hormones, obviously. Dr. Ricky Brandon, he was talking about thyroid and hormones as well. He's actually up in Utah. He's up in Salt Lake City. And so yeah, some cool guests that I have on there. So a wide variety of topics. Most of my episodes are going to be anywhere from like 7 to 12 minutes long. So you could literally binge on some of those episodes. And then I also have my client testimonials on there. So those are a little bit longer, talking about what is their experience working with us, and what are the results that they're getting. So Mastering Menopause podcast. All the links that I'm talking about are in my bio. I also have a free Facebook group called No BS Menopause Secrets. It's private, but it's free. So you just have to request to be in it, and then I'm going to let you in. based on your questions, right? So we do approve, right? We want to make sure that the people that are in there are actually interested in getting information about menopause. So if that's not your jam, then this isn't the group for you, right? You can follow me on Instagram or on Facebook at Kathy Catalyst on Instagram, and see like all kinds of content. So I pump out a good amount of content. This is recorded then put onto YouTube. So I will put my podcast interviews on YouTube as well. And I'm trying to think what else is free. I do have a free 5-day challenge. So that's like always ongoing. But in 2 weeks, I'm going to go in there, and then I'm really going to support you ladies. So there's going to be a big push for that on the 1st of October. So that's coming. Actually, it's going to be the 2nd of October. So it's a free 5-day challenge. It's called the Menopause Meltdown. And so that would be something that would be fun to engage in. That's absolutely free. And I do a lot of articles on hormones, on training. I have a little bit of a smart-assy mouth, and so I'm going to call bullshit on a lot of the stuff that you think that you might need to do, right? And we get stuck as ladies. We get stuck in this whole 1,200 calories thing, and we have to always exercise and do cardio to lose weight, and yet nobody's losing weight, right? What's going on? And you're like, what is going on, right? I'm doing all this cardio, I'm eating healthy, but I can't lose weight, right? And I know why. So I talk about that stuff all the time. So articles, and you'll find my longer content obviously is going to be on Facebook, because that's where I can put those longer articles. So Instagram, I have to shrink them down, and then TikTok, I have to just do like a little highlight reel. So I love what I do though, and I love giving you the information. And the thing is what are you going to do with the information, right? So I want you to try and apply it to your life, and I want to make it as easy as possible. But a lot of you are like, I don't know where to start, and it's really with the basics. And you're like, yeah, but what about this? But I want to do this, and I want to do this shiny thing and this shiny thing. And we stop working on the basics. And so by ignoring that, that's why, women tend to get stuck. So I try to help, let's bring it to the basics. You don't have to do all of these fancy protocols. You don't need a supplement to lose weight in menopause. You do not have to do intermittent fasting and starve yourself to lose weight in menopause. You do not have to do a ton of cardio and spend all your time in the gym to lose weight in menopause. You don't have to do a fancy probiotic to lose weight in menopause. The only thing that I recommend that you buy, I mean, it really depends. So yeah, we do have hormonal issues that need to be addressed for sure. But this whole probiotics, like lose your belly in 30 days kind of thing, no, don't do it. So, if you're going to buy anything, get yourself a nice protein powder. That would be the first investment I would make. Amp up your protein, ladies. That is the quickest way to make any kind of body composition changes. You will see that your body is going to get tighter. It's going to get more toned by increasing your protein. It's going to make you feel full and satisfied. It's gonna crush those cravings that you have. And this is what I hear. This is why I hate intermittent fasting. You're doing this intermittent fasting thing, then you have your little salad with a little 3 ounces of chicken on for lunch. I told you I was a smart ass, right? And then you have, 10 almonds or whatever. And then you get home, you're starving, you make dinner, and then 9 o'clock, and you're like, where's the food? Give me all the food in the pantry, right? And you're like, I eat healthy. I don't know why I can't lose weight. I have these cravings at night. And it's because your body is like, well, hello, we needed this many calories. We needed 2,000 calories, and you gave us 1,200. Well, what the hell you think's going to happen? We're looking for the rest of our calories, all right? So that's why. And guess what? You're not going to be craving broccoli and chicken. No way. You're going to be like, where are the wheat thins? Where's the chocolate? Give me some cheese. How about some popcorn? Something fast and easy. And then you have this feeling of like, oh my God, I can't get this into my mouth fast enough. I want more. I know I should stop eating, but I can't. Right? And so this is because of your hormones. What am I doing? Like now we have a whole lesson. I was going to sign off. last thought, leptin and ghrelin are your hunger hormones. And ghrelin is going to be the one that says, hey, we're hungry, right? And so that goes into overgear and then overdrive. And then we have leptin that controls, like that says, hey, we're full, we've had enough. Ghrelin is out of control and leptin just lays down and dies because it's like, let her eat, bring in those calories. And so that's why you have those cravings at night, ladies, is just because you're not giving your body enough calories during the day, right? In a nutshell. So there it is. That is, if you didn't hear anything else, then take that to heart and stop with the intermittent fasting and really depleting your energy and your life source, which is your food, right? And stop giving up carbs too while we're at it. All right. So with that, I'm going to sign off and thank you so much for hanging out with me. I appreciate it. And I will see you soon. Hopefully, I'm going to post some TikToks from Nashville with Nikki Stott. So we'll see. I hope I don't look like the smallest person in the room, but all right. Ciao.